Hi Cancer, welcome to your reading for the month of October. This message is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you like the content that I share, please click the like and subscribe down below. And Cancer, October feels like a fresh new start from the look of your reading. And part of that is emphasized by your energy coming up as the Fool card. So you clearly are on a new path, headed towards a new destination from whatever has felt maybe rigid or fixed, maybe even a little bit like stuck in your environment. If you resonate with feeling stuck over the past, year, this indicates that you are now moving into a new direction. And considering also the other cards in this, I love this for you. In your environment, you got the Chariot. Your card, but specifically the energy of the Chariot in your environment, indicates that you might at this time be feeling pushed into a new direction, into this Fool's journey over here. And it's almost as though the environment wants you to move swiftly into a new direction. Now, on the bottom of the deck, you got the Eight of Cups, indicating walking away from something emotionally unfulfilling. But the beauty of the Eight of Cups is that after the 8, we reach the 9. And I've been thinking lately on like when the the 9 of Cups comes out, how different this is from a 9 of Pentacles energy. Because with the 9 of Cups, it's something you feel inside of you. Whereas the 9 of Pentacles can be like a superficial, physical independence and fulfillment. The 9 of Cups is that deep emotional well of fulfillment within us. So coming back to that 8 of Cups, and sorry if you hear the train, but coming back to this 8 of Cups, it indicates that the next step is that emotional wish fulfillment, but that it's going to require walking away from something. And it might be something that left you feeling a little bit out of the cold, 5 of Pentacles underneath that. But throughout this 9 card spread, there is this swift moving energy into a new direction. And I think this starts with your perspective being flipped, the Hanged Man in the center of your reading. I think your current environment, maybe your current relationships, maybe even yourself, there's something here that you're looking at in a very different light. The Hanged Man is a strong energy major arcana card for Pisces, and you could have significant Pisces placements. But this signifies a lifting of the veil and a way of looking at something. And I think whatever you've been looking at or whatever situation you've been in has been leaving you feeling out of your element. King of Cups reverse is your first card out. This is definitely coming up as your energy, Cancer. And again, going back to that stuckness, like this is an energy that doesn't serve us. If it were in the upright, I would have said you're feeling confident, in control, not in an overly controlling way, when we use that word, but feeling confident and sovereign and in your element. But with it in the reverse, followed by the 5 of Swords, there's something here about possibly dealing with sabotage in your environment, however that resonates for you. Could be something work related, because the next thing you got out was the King of Swords. And this feels like a very authoritative energy. You got the Emperor on the bottom of this deck too. So it just feels like could be a boss, a professional figure who's above you. Could even be a parent-like figure. But there's something around almost like you're in this like eye of the storm, but the energies around you have been questionable. And now you're flipping your perspective and looking at it anew. Because this isn't an energy that you can stay in, right? King of Cups in the reverse. This is kind of the opposite of that emotional wish fulfillment as well. But the 7 of Cups underneath the King of Cups, this confusion comes to an end by taking the Fool's journey, by surrendering with the Hanged Man, by being open to the new perspectives. And anywhere where there's been any type of self-sabotage or untruths, Page of Swords in the reverse, now is a time, October might be a time of gaining clarity around that. And I also want to point out, you have Saturn in your 8th house. And that's a long transit. That's a 2.5-year transit. But Saturn wants us to master and learn the lessons of where it's moving. And within your 8th house, it suggests transformation. It also is connected to your spirituality. So anything that hasn't been working, especially any of like this kind of energy, because Page of Swords brings in a message. And it can be a bold and a courageous energy, even though it's a page. But with it in the reverse, it's like any untruths that you've been holding, that someone else in your environment has been like trying to have you believe or something. This indicates, this whole reading indicates gaining clarity around that and releasing it. And that transit supports that. That's Saturn in the 8th. Knight of Cups, this is beautiful. This is indicating your energy here. And with it coming out underneath the King of Cups reverse and the 7 of Cups reverse, it signifies that in moving in the direction of your heart and in your emotional wish fulfillment, you get to find your stability again. You get to find your clarity again. And so it's almost like this piece of advice here, Cancer, to like follow in the direction of your heart. And this is a very adventurous card. The Knights are in the middle of the journey. They're finding their way to being the king. They're, more advanced than the page. And they're going through a journey that will transform them, no matter which knight we get. But in this one, it's really about being in touch with your emotions, which is so important for you and also easily accessible for you at that Cancer energy. And 8 of Pentacles, it's likely going to take an investment of your time, might even take an investment of your resources to go through this process of becoming the king. Because next you got the King of Pentacles, beautiful energy. And this whole bottom row is you. So putting in the work to find that stability. It's interesting how the emotion is connected with the stability, right? Like, this is almost that connection between feeling the feeling of what you want before it actually comes into fruition. Like when people talk about manifesting, like this is that. This is actually that journey, these 3 cards together. It's feeling what you want. It's, 8 of Pentacles, putting the head down and doing the work, doing the like practical work. The only card we're really missing is the Magician, but that's kind of the energy that these 3 cards give together. It's stepping into personal sovereignty, being willing to put in the time or effort, but it starts from a place of the Knight of Cups and following the heart. Now, this is all supported by your oracle message from the Moon card, which was Balsamic Moon, a time for healing. And I do sense you're going into a time of healing. You might be in the middle of that now. But that Saturn in the 8th is supporting that transformation process. And it's supporting you coming out stronger, like this Knight of Pentacles here. The Knight of Pentacles and Pentacle energy in general does point to value. So there's something here also about any energy of rigidity at the start. By going through this process, you arrive to this King of Pentacles position. One of that stability. That's really beautiful. But I want to come back to this environment card because it feels super relevant. That whatever is taking place right now in this Chariot energy, it's to propel you forward into the essence of who you really are with that. All right, Cancer. That has been your reading for October. Wishing you a beautiful month.